Okay, so she does, it's like being live streamed. Okay, got it.
Yeah. And it should announce. Okay, and now I'm going to share it with y'all. Share to a friend's profile. And Jordy, you've got it. And, or you will in a second. And Rachel. Ah, good. That went off without a hitch. Rachel, you've got it now. And great. And we can start right on time. You guys are great. All right. So, recording on. It'll tell you so. Recording in progress. Yes. And welcome to Any Sunday Songwriters. We're so happy to have you here. If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, please say hello so that we know you're there. We seem to be a little bit early for our guests in our audience. We'll have a couple people from Israel and a couple people from the UK, which...
That's awesome.
Yeah, I know. What's not to love about Zoom, right?
I love that.
Okay, let me check on this and make sure everything is happening the way it should, since we don't have to be accountable to anyone just yet. Uh-oh. Oh, yes, here we are. Everything is copacetic, which I haven't said since I was like 18. Every day we get a little bit older. Isn't it Indie Girls that said that?
Do people comment on the chat sometimes?
They do.
Okay, good. Cool.
How long have you been doing this series, Jan?
I've been doing Second Sunday for about 6 years, but the last two, it took me about 30 seconds to realize I was no longer stuck with just one Sunday. I could do it any Sunday I wanted, hence the name. And let's see, I've been doing it on Zoom for March 2020.
Good for you. This is my first Zoom performance.
Is it really?
Yes.
Where have you been?
I've been hiding in my house. I don't know. We've been going through a lot of different stuff, so, as people do.
Yes. Well, welcome to your first Zoom.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. That's great. Okay. Hi, Janet. Janet is here from a bit north of Tel Aviv.
Wonderful.
All right. Hi, Janet.
This is one of the things that I was so excited about because I thought when I went to Israel in 2016 and when I got home, I thought, well, that's probably the end of all those friendships. I'm probably never going to see those people again. Well, Zoom changed everything.
Oh, that's amazing.
Isn't it?
That's a great thing.
Well, I love it. I couldn't be happier. Whoops. My trackpad is on its last legs. And so sometimes it does something, but one never knows. Hi, Phil. Phil is also here from Israel. She's in Jerusalem.
Hi, Phil.
Hi, Phil.
So why don't we go ahead and get started?
Sure.
I heard you volunteer, Jordy.
Absolutely. Would you like me to go ahead and play?
I would.
Okay.
Oh, but before you do, I want to introduce you because I haven't done that yet. Somewhere in this picture is Jordy Bizon, who lives in Houston, and the first time he played at Southwest Regional Folk Alliance, he played as one of his showcases in the room that I sponsor. So that was when I became aware of his music, and I'm so excited to have him on this show because his music and he himself are both wonderful. So, Jordy, say hi.
Hello, everybody. I'm glad to be here.
And somewhere else on this picture is Rachel Sadaka. I don't know how to say your last name now, Rachel, so you'll have to say it again.
I know, it says John Replogle, too, because I'm
Yes.
on another computer. It's Rachel Sadaka Replogle, but I go by Rachel Sadaka because that's what I've done my music with for 18 years. So.
Right. And we met a fairly large portion of those 18 years in Indie Girl, like 100 million years ago.
Yeah, Indie Girl in the Far West.
Yes.
I think you came to Far West, and I think I met you also at the Mother one in Memphis.
Yes.
Where I first
But
met you.
that was more recently than Indie Girl, which actually, if you want to know the truth, I can't really remember how long ago Indie Girl was.
Yeah. I didn't
But-
know there would be a test.
Right. So Jordy and Rachel are my guests today, and Jordy has volunteered to go first. So Jordy, help us kick it off.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for having me. I'm going to be playing some songs today, mostly from my new record, which I just released February 1st. The record's called The Love in You, and this is the first track. It's a song about friendship with somebody who's really struggling in their lives, and sometimes you want to do your best to like save the person or really help them out, but really the only thing you can do is kind of listen and be there for them. And this is called Palm Reader. You stay inside when the weather's good, writing down rhymes in a leather-bound book, a leather-bound book that you keep on a shelf. I know I'm your friend, but I'm certainly not a teller of fortunes or a reader of palms, a reader of palms with prophecies to sell. Lay your hand on mine, I tell you what I see. Lines like worn out highways fading in the distance. If you need someone to talk to, I've nowhere else to be. Take all the time you need, all the time you need. You're gentle and kind, but your pain is confined like an ocean of tears in cerulean eyes, cerulean eyes I wish I could release. Lay your hand on mine, I tell you what I see. Like worn out highways fading in the distance. If you need someone to talk to, I know where else to be. Take all the time you need. Do you need anybody? I just need someone to love. nobody. I just want someone to love. Lay your hand on mine, I'll tell you what I see. Lines like worn out highways fading in the distance. If you need someone to talk to, I've nowhere else to be. Take all the time you need, all the time you need. Na 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 na. Thank you. Thank
That
you very
was
much.
lovely.
Thank you.
Yeah. I don't know anybody who wouldn't be happy to hear that said to them. So, Rachel, what have you got for us?
Hi there. I'm gonna play a song called "Your Best Friend" that I wrote for my brother, who was in a lot of trouble. Did some time in prison, but got out and has a beautiful, successful life, and he's just a model citizen, and I'm so very proud of him. And so I wrote this song called "Your Best Friend." I'd always keep up hope when I think about you. No matter all the trouble you've been in, wishing you the one thing that would make you stay gold. Love always and forever. One of the few to really know me all my life. There's Mama, our big bro, and you for me. No matter what the distance, always close at heart. When it's dark, you light the way so I can see. But you could always have it all. Brother, I'll be there if you should fall. Love always and forever, your best friend. The last years caught in the mix can fade away. Build yourself a home with a loving wife. Your gamble now is getting everything you wanted. Learning, loving, growing kind of life. Have it all. Brother, I'll be there if you should fall. Love always and forever, your best friend. So I wish the both of you some patience. Know you're gonna need it every day. Choose your battles when it comes to all the details. Let laughter and compassion pave the way. 'Cause you could always have it all. Brother, I'll be there if you should fall. Love always and forever, your best friend. Love always and forever, your best friend. Love always and forever, your best friend.
That was
Did you hear
beautiful.
that okay?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Did you actually write that to him in a letter?
I did know I wrote that and put that on my second album. And
Ah,
yeah, so
cool.
he's a big tough guy, so that was a kind of a tearjerker for him.
Aw, a big tough guy with a sweet center.
Yes, he does.
Well, I haven't done this one in a long time. The thing is, I should probably mention this. Ariel is here from Tel Aviv, and David is here from the UK. Um, and I haven't done this one in a long time, so nobody whose song circles I've been going to has heard it in a long time, which makes me feel better about doing it now. I used to think that life was like a little dance, and if you missed your step, well, you had your chance. But now I know disappointments come and go. You keep looking back, you never get past them, 'cause it's now and then, it's now again. And life is an endless possibility, 'cause it's now and then, it's now again. We're standing on the corner of was road and will be highway. I used to think that love was like a photograph, a Kodak moment, good for a laugh. But now I know real love is never just for show. You may lose your lover, but love is never over, 'cause it's now and then, it's now again. And life is a golden opportunity, 'cause it's now and then, it's now again. We're standing on the corner of was road and will be highway. One day they'll lay you in your grave and say the words that people say. Then they'll all go to some cafe or other. You won't be sipping coffee with them. Better celebrate some moments now while you can. I used to think that time was like a looking glass, that if you see more moments, it looked just like the past. But now I know that time is just a river flowing. When one season's done, the next one's begun, 'cause it's now and then, it's now again. And life could be very extraordinary, 'cause it's now and then, it's now again. And we're standing on the corner of was road and will be highway, where it's now and then, it's now again. Don't waiting for someday, never gonna come day, 'cause it's now and then, it's now again. And we're all standing on that corner, was road and will be highway, perpetually. And it's now and then, well, it's now again, and it's now again, always.
That was fun. I like that.
Thank you.
I love the way that it's humorous and also has a very kind of a profound message. And yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what started it was a picture that somebody posted of a clock, and where all the numbers go, on every number it said now.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes. So I've got a song that I think follows that one well. It's also from the new record, and I spent most of my life, especially my adult life, focused on the future. I've been married for 30 years now, 30 going on 31. We have 4 children. So for decades, I've been, thinking about the future and planning and, saving and worrying about this and that and the other. And I feel like because I spent so much time in the future, I was missing the now. And I feel like I missed out on quite a lot. So I think that fits with your song, Jan. This is called The Next Right Thing. I did was fall for it. How many times did I look past your eyes? I lost so many moments and years flew by. Looking for the next right thing, the constant climb, the big brass ring. I tried every self-improvement plan that I could buy, but you stayed with me. Here you are now, and I'm lost, wondering what to write. I'm still trying to find the next right thing to fill the emptiness inside. Just working on the next right thing to find a little peace of mind. Looking in the mirror now, I'm learning to befriend reality. One thing that I know for sure, you're here for me. Standing by the ones you love and showing us that we are in your heart. Like a tree at peace with things the way they are. I want to live a life that's free. Help me see the world you see. Maybe I'll stop trying to find the next right thing to fill the emptiness inside. Just working on the next right thing to find a little peace of mind. I'm trying to find the next right thing to fill the emptiness inside. Just working on the next right thing to find a little peace of mind. Trying to find the next right thing. I'm trying to find the next right thing. Trying to find the next right thing. Trying to find the next right thing. Thank you.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Love it.
And so true. We all get caught up in that.
Yes.
So, Rachel?
Okay, this is an original song that I wrote about. Well, it was inspired by, I used to have a 35-foot school bus that I traveled around the country in. It was a 1971 GMC school bus. And I just thought, I'm driving all over the country and I'm kind of chasing the rainbow, the end of the rainbow and the pot of gold. And so it kind of inspired me to write this song about who I am, chasing these horizons. And it's called Old Soul. Here I go again, chasing that horizon, where the rainbow starts after the storm. Say I'm of anyone I could have been but me before. Is it the gypsy in me that likes to travel, like the sailor called by sirens to the sea? Are my fingers of the potter, my laughing tale of the fool? Whoever I am, and that's just me. So here I go again, chasing that horizon, where the rainbow starts after the storm. Say I'm an old soul, but I've got no recollection of anyone I could have been but me before. I could hope to be the lover, like the queen of hearts, adored and loved by every heart that beats. Does my spirit echo stories of the vagabond, walking along on some forgotten street? So if you want to come along on this adventure, I'm hitching my wagon to that star, singing songs and telling stories of reflection. It's where I'm from that's carried me this far. Don't get me wrong, I'm giving it my everything. Life on the road ain't without its lonely nights. Every night I entertain, to me it's worth the price I pay. Come all this way to be with you here tonight. So here I go again, chasing that horizon, where the rainbow starts after the storm. Say I'm an old soul, but I've got no recollection of anyone I could have been but me before. Yeah, they say I'm an old soul, but I've got no recollection of anyone I could have been but me before.
I love that.
Yes.
I've actually said a couple times now, my fondest wish is that I get reincarnated, and I want to know I got that wish when that happens.
Yeah, right.
So I have always had kind of a love-hate relationship with touring. The idea
Yeah.
of it entertains me much more than the actuality. And
Yeah.
I have several tours that I have labeled the weekend I wore myself out in Florida and the week I wore myself out in California, like that. So, but not having had an opportunity to do that for a while, I'm starting to feel like I'm ready, and that's what this song is about. It was written by me and Leanne Nelson. There's Leanne Allen Nelson? Yeah, that's it. I knew there was another name in there somewhere. I'm ready to see sights I've never seen before. Already packed my bags and I'm headed out the door. Ready to feel sunshine and cool mountain breezes. Travel foreign lands and white sand beaches, or both. Fly me away. I'm ready to hear songs I've never heard before, with didgeridoos or alpine horns, to fill my soul with fire and make my body dance. Give me the time to help me take my chance to go. Fly me away, fly me away. fly me away. Take me to a place where everything is new, a place where I can play and stay a while or two. I'm ready. Hey, fly me away. I'm ready to meet friends I've never met before, with unfamiliar smiles and unheard stories. Oops, wait a minute. To tell about their lives and tell about their dreams. Share a meal or two and meet their families. Let's go. Fly me away, fly me away. Hey, 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 fly me away. Take me to a place where everything is new, a place where I can play and stay a while or two. I'm ready. Hey, fly me away. New flavors, new sounds, new feelings all around. Outward bound, fly me away. Fly me away. Take me to a place where everything is new, a place where I can play and stay a while or two. I'm ready. Hey, fly me away. Fly me away.
Bravo.
Thank you.
That's beautiful, Jan.
Thanks.
And you sang it so lovely. It reminds me of this next song. There's so many places that I want to go, and there's as you get older, you realize there's so little time, and you're just not going to get to a lot of places. It's unlikely. So this is a song that's written in the style of music from the Congo in Africa, a place that I've never been, and I don't know that I'll ever go. The song is inspired by kind of the children of the world, and even though I'll probably never go to Congo, and there's so many people, there's so many children that we'll never meet, but somehow you feel a connection, especially with children. Obviously we have conflicts all over. We have this Ukraine-Russia thing going on now, and other conflicts that don't make the news as much going on. And children end up suffering, and we really can all relate to the sadness of that. So this is a song that is like a birthday song to all the children of the world. And I don't speak Swahili, but the chorus is in Swahili, and it means happy birthday. It's called My Namesake. Oh, what a special day for this miracle. You little child have come to give us hope. Tiny fingers, tiny toes, Papa's eyes, Mama's nose. Like a seed you will grow, stretching up to the sky. There's a skip in my heart and a tear in my eye. And I know the responsibility is great. world is redeemed by the gift of your face. Open all the windows, let in the breeze. Let the music of joy spill into the street. The birds in the big tree are singing along. The flowers, they smile as they dance in the sun. Funaya singuya kuzaliwa, my namesake, my namesake. Funaya singuya kuzaliwa, my namesake. Little one, you've arrived with such mighty lungs. One day you will speak up for the voiceless ones. But for now, I will tend to the flame, then I'll pass it along. And the earth will resound with your birthday song. Funaya singuya kuzaliwa, my namesake, my namesake. Funaya singuya kuzaliwa, my namesake, my namesake, my namesake. Oh, what a special day for this miracle. What a special day. Thank you.
That was just wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Little one,
Your
what
playing
big
is
lung you
awesome,
have.
Jordy.
Thank you. That's in a style called Sukos, and it's a combination of Cuban and Congolese folk music. And I'm part Cuban, so that kind of attracted me. And if you notice, I play the same thing the whole way through. But usually you have someone playing one thing the whole way through, and then another guitar player playing something else on top of it, and another one playing something else on top of it. The rhythm and the singing, and it all just weaves in and out like that.
Very
It's
cool.
very cool.
Yeah. And what is it called again?
The song?
No,
Or
no.
the style is
Yeah.
Sukos, Soukous. I'll put it in the chat.
Thanks.
What
But
a
it's-
treat.
Yeah, it was something that I've never written a song in that style before, and I don't know that I ever will again. But it sure was fun to try it.
It sounded great.
Thank you.
I have to apologize that my name says John Replogle. It's because I had to change computers at the last minute and sign
No
it
problem.
that way. So sorry about that, everyone.
This is Rachel, everyone.
This is Rachel, not John.
I'm Rachel Sadaka. Yeah. So sorry
Did-
about that.
Did you just let out a cat or a dog?
A dog that somehow was in here. I have 5 dogs, so they're all sequestered outside. And yeah, we got 4 goats and 7 chickens. It's a menagerie over here.
You have a
Fantastic.
farm.
We have a little mini.
What? The?
5, I know. That's a lot. We had 6, but our old dog passed away, so now we have 5 dogs. It's way more dogs than I have hands, so.
The
It's a
I
party.
can
It's dog
leave that.
wrestling.
Well, 4 kids is more than I have hands too. So
So this song I wrote, this is a song, I was taking a history of California class. It was like one of the last classes to finish my bachelor's degree. And I was so turned on by this video that we watched about the gold rush that night in class that I went home and I wrote this song. And I wound up winning American Songwriter Magazine's lyric contest for this song called Days of 49. And so I hope you enjoy this one. It's a little bit of American history for you. This is a story of Patrick Swain, a farmer boy from the East. He heard the word about a big golden pie and was looking for his piece. He left his wife and his baby girl. He said, I'll come back someday. Met a friend with a word to lend. He said, a wagon train's going that way. Well, the wheels went around on the cold, muddy ground. It was a long and rugged road. There was a hopeful man from every place in the land, searching for that mother lode. Many got sick with a shovel and pick, marking their final rest. Fighting the cold, young men got old in the wagon trains out west. In the days of 49, days of 49, days of 49, looking for that gold to find, working in a dusty mine. Patrick's wagon pulled in, they cracked a bottle of gin, vision within their grasp. Little did they know their little town would grow, big dreams of gold wouldn't last. 40,000 men had arrived by then. They crowded by the river at dawn, with a flash in the pan of every man, some inspiration for keeping on. In the days of 49, the days of 49, the days of 49, looking for that gold to find, working in a dusty mine. Now Patrick and his company gave in to the hunger and pain. Working like slaves, many dug their own graves in the chilly mountain rain. In the dim saloon light on a cold winter night, he wrote a letter from his heart. My darling dear, I just can't make it here. This illusion is falling apart. In the days of 49, days of 49, days of 49, looking for that gold to find, working in a dusty mine. Finally, spring blessed the mountain again, pointing wagons to the eastern shore. Patrick Swain was on that train with nothing that he came there for. Now he's found in a small New England town, turning gray and growing old. He's telling us stories of the big rock quarries and his days of mining for gold. In the days of 49, days of 49, days of 49, looking for that gold to find, working in a dusty mine, looking for that gold to find, working in a dusty mine.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, that's
Congratulations
a good story.
on your win.
Oh, thank you. It was a long time ago now. I'm still riding the laurels on that, but
Such a good story.
Recognition is such a good thing.
It
Yeah, it
is.
is. It's a very good story. So I'm going to change the subject, mostly because I do have songs about history, but not American history, and I'm saving those for later. But this is sort of historical. Where are all the Gretas and Marlenas? And all the Mae Wests, where are they? No one tells the boys, come up and see me sometime. That's all out of style nowadays. But I still long for old-time steamy romance, and satin gowns and stockings with seams, and men that wear trench coats and fedora hats. I wish they'd bring that all back, 'cause I want to be a femme fatale. I want to be a vamp. I want to whistle like Bacall and have 'em all eating from my hand. They put me on a pedestal, competing for my glance. I wanna be a femme fatale. I wanna be a vamp. Though I am a liberated woman, sometimes I'd prefer to be a tease. And when I see those starlets with eyes come hither soft, I could pull that off, it seems to me. See? And men would buy me clothes and bring me jewelry, and open doors and pull me out a seat, and then stand by politely until I'd sit, enjoy my sparkling wit, a little risque repartee with a femme fatale. I wanna be a vamp. I wanna be the party doll that upsets all of your other plans. I know it isn't fashionable, but it's so elegant. I wanna be a femme fatale. I wanna be a vamp. Dietrich and Davis, they had it made. Mansfield and Monroe, hey, where'd they all go? Well, the women we admire now in the movies are all doctors and lawyers and chiefs. They don't flutter their lashes or swing their hips. They don't pout their lips or sit on anyone's knee. And if they're in some older profession, they've all been reformed by Act 3. They've given up their cigarettes and champagne. I guess we've come a long way, but I sure miss the day of the femme fatale. I wanna be a vamp. I wanna give the boys the eye and call some guy my honey lamb. I'd have 'em all in a spell. I'd have 'em in a trance. If I was a femme fatale, I would be sensational. I wanna be a vamp.
All
Yes.
right. I love that one.
That is
Thanks.
great. I love that.
Very cute.
Thanks.
I've been watching. One of our daughters is a movie buff, and she has like a list of movies that she has seen, but the list of movies she hasn't seen is even longer. But she's going deep into like foreign films and films from the 40s and 50s, and so she's been sending me some recommendations, and I've been watching. Like I watched Sunset Boulevard, 1940s, Joan Crawford, I
Dark.
think. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Mildred Pierce, have you seen Mildred? Oh my
Also
gosh.
dark.
That was dark, but so good. And, there were femme fatales back then. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna follow that with a song that I haven't written a song about a femme fatale, but maybe I kind of have, because this is a story. I've observed many friends that reach middle age and maybe their first marriage has split up and they've gotten involved in other relationships, and it's just very difficult in middle age to get back into the dating scene. And so this is a song about someone who's involved in a toxic relationship, maybe with a femme fatale. So it's called "Caught Up and Tangled in You." You made it clear that we're just friends. Why do I keep coming back for more, when the best thing I could do is never see you again? Caught up and tangled, caught up and tangled, caught up and tangled in you. I should leave, but I'm stuck in this blue, caught up and tangled in you. Saw you in a dream last night. You flew over the water in a shimmering white dress. Your green eyes looked in mine and asked if I would join you, along with the dolphins and the flying fish. Got up and tangled, got up and tangled, got up and tangled in you. Losing sleep and stuck in this blue. Got up and tangled in you. Seems like all we do is fight. We cross the line and it feeds the pain. Phone calls in the morning, texting late at night. With me it isn't crazy to argue about the rain. Got up and tangled, got up and tangled, got up and tangled in you. I tried to leave but I'm stuck in this blue. Got up and tangled in you. I should leave but I'm stuck in this blue. Got up and tangled in you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, so let's see. This is a story that I wrote. I'm really, really good at the game Wheel of Fortune. It's this funny knack I have, and I would always yell out the answers, and everyone would go, "Rachel, God, you're spoiling it," And I thought, man, if I could just get on the show, I could fund a whole bunch of music projects, and so I actually did show up there, and I tried to try out, but there were so many people there, I didn't get on the show. But anyway, I traveled around in a 1971 school bus. Is kind of like spinning the wheel of fortune because you never know quite what's about to happen. So that's kind of where I got the inspiration of this song. And I used to listen to old time radio in my bus because music was too many layers. This is a 40-year-old school bus, so there was a lot of different sounds, and I always had to be listening to the engine, and so I would listen to old time radio episodes, and that's how I passed the time when I was behind the wheel. So this one's called Wheel of Fortune. Good evening, nice to see ya. Y'all wanna hear about my dream? I'm prepared for your reaction. I know that it's no small thing. Well, the price of gas keeps rising and the hurricanes are gonna blow. I'll be praying for a tailwind from California to my Georgia show. So I think I'll spin, I might buy a vowel. I don't need a major network. Play Wheel of Fortune now. I'll solve the puzzle before I lose my turn. Playing to win and I just gotta spin, but thank you for your concern. This trip ain't my first rodeo. A vagabond since I was a kid. I still listen to old time radio just like we always did. The Green Hornet and the Shadow took the city thugs to the test, and Marshall Dillon keeps me company with his gun smoke way out west. So I think I'll spin, might buy a vowel. I don't need television to play Wheel of Fortune now. I'll solve the puzzle before I lose my turn. Playing to win and I just gotta spin, but thank you for your concern. Well, I'm not spinning for big money, more like spending every dime. I'm betting it all on a blue sky. Well, it's a mountain that I gotta climb. It It ain't the same when I look in the travel books. I need the sights and sounds and smells. Be right back with you like I am today, with so many new stories to tell. So I think I'll spin my vow. I don't need Pat and Vanna, play Wheel of Fortune now. You know I'll solve the puzzle before I lose my turn. Playing to win and I'm spinning again. I appreciate your concern. Yeah, I'm playing to win and I just gotta spin. Thank you for your concern. Thank you.
Yes. Marshall Dillon, eh?
That's right. I loved my Gunsmoke.
Yes. That takes me back.
Yeah, sure enough.
Well, I have a road song too, kind of. It's so I was looking for something else and I found this on my computer, and after I'd played it in a couple of song circles, I remembered where it had come from. Back when I lived in New York, I had this friend, and he was about 20 years older than the rest of my friends and part of our circle, but he had wisdom, 20 years worth that we didn't have. And he was not shy about expanding the circle of people who knew his wisdom, shall we say. And he was convinced, he spent a long time trying to convince me that no matter which way I turned, there would be a dragon in the road. And I would just laugh, because I was 20 and there were no dragons in my road. And one day he finally said to me, "Oh, I get it. You know there's a dragon in the road. You just think there's another road." So I went, "Well, yeah." And that's where this song came from. If there's a wall in your road, climb on over. If there's a mountain in your road, dig on through. If there's a river in your road, maybe you should buy a boat. But if a dragon's in your road, take another road. 'Cause you can't shout down a dragon, you can't reason with a dragon, you can't impress a dragon with kindness, 'cause he won't hear you shouting, and he doesn't care about your logic, he's just a little hungry and mindless. And if your friends are looking for you, they will find less. So if a car's in your road, help push it. If there's a cow in your road, go around. If there's an iceberg in your road, you're gonna need your heavy coat. But if a dragon's in your road, take another road. 'Cause dragons got sharp fangs, and dragons got sharp claws, and dragons breathe fire from their mouth. So if you see off to the north a curl of yellow smoke, that just might be a dragon hanging out. You might want to give some thought to heading south. 'Cause if a devil's in your road, start praying. If a duckling's in your road, make way. With a dragon there is no such thing as a safety zone, but if a dragon's in your road, take another road. 'Cause dragons are not happy, and dragons think it's your fault, and dragons want to help you see the light. Now, I'm a fan of sharing, and I'm a fan of caring, but you don't want to see through dragons' eyes, 'cause in that case, you are probably inside. So if a wall's in your road, climb on over. If a mountain's in your road, climb. If there's a river in your road, maybe you can rent a boat. But if a dragon's in your road, I say if a dragon's in your road, if your dragon's in a road, take another road. If a dragon's in your road, take another road. Duh. Thank you.
I so admire people that write humorous songs. I tend to write like sentimental, sad songs, so that's great.
He just struck me as...
You tend to write like a lot of variety, you know? I'm impressed by that, Jan. I haven't listened to your songs as much as I am today, and it's really nice.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'm really enjoying yours too, and yours too, Rachel. This is great. I haven't ever gotten to hear either one of your panorama of songs, and I'm really having a good time.
Well, me too. Thank you for having me. Let me play a song. This is the title track of the new record, and the record's called "The Love in You." And the idea behind that is just kind of like my observation that there's something deep inside of us and deep inside of me that when I connect with that part of me, it brings out the best in me. And I believe that other people also have that within them. And if I somehow can connect with that part of them and that part of them connects with that part of me, that's when things are smooth and easy and there's not a lot of conflict. And so that's what the song's about. And if somehow we could connect with the best part of each other, we would eliminate a lot of the problems that we have in the world. So this is The Love in You. There's nothing like the love in you. There is no brighter light. I'm blinded by the love in you. There's nothing like the love in you. There's nothing like the love in you. No violence or hate. My love can't hate the love in you. There's nothing like the love in you. There's nothing like the love in you to break through all the pain. I know the world could be made new if we learn to love this way. There's nothing like the love in you. No party, faith, or creed. My love believes the love in you. There's nothing like the love in you. There's nothing like the love in you. An end to all the wars. My love won't fight the love in you. There's nothing like the love in you. There's nothing like the love in you to break through all the pain. I know the world could be made new if we learn to love this way. Alright. There's nothing like the love in you. A love that makes us one. Thicker than blood, the love in you. There's nothing like the love in you. There's nothing like the love in you to break through all the pain. I know the world could be made new if we learn to love this way. There's nothing like the love in you. There is no brighter light. I'm blinded by the love in you. There's nothing like the love in you. There's nothing like the love in you. There's nothing like the
beautiful.
Thank you.
Bravo.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Okay, so I have one love song.
Yeah.
The only one I've ever written.
Oh, wow. This is going to be a good one then.
Called Valentine. Yeah.
Cool.
I met a young Boston boy, he was about my age. Said I'm writing the book of my life and you're the next page. I'm young, strong and able, I can put the food on the table. Lover, won't you be my wife? 'Cause I spent too many years out on the road, rolling over the bumps and cracks that I hand to home. Well, now that I found you, I'm gonna make a brand new start. And I'm telling you, baby, I don't ever wanna part. Well, I said, baby, I just don't believe my eyes. Don't you know that I've been looking for you all this time? I thought that you were like a diamond in the sand. I'd be a happy woman if you'd just be my man. 'Cause we spent too many years out on the road, rolling over the bumps and cracks that I hand to hold. Now that I found you, I'm gonna make a brand new start. And I'm telling you, baby, I don't ever wanna part. So we wrote it in our book of days and photos on the wall. Now we're looking back at the times when the children were still small. Take a walk in the woods with me, February's fine. Tell me, darling, won't you be my Valentine? 'Cause we spent too many years out on the road, rolling over the bumps and cracks without a hand to hold. 30 years ago we made a promise of the heart, and I can tell now, baby, we ain't ever gonna part. Yeah, we spent too many years out on the road, rolling over the bumps and cracks without a hand to hold. Now that I found you, I'm gonna make a brand new start. And I'm telling you, baby, I don't ever wanna part.
Great.
Oh, that's a hit.
Yeah, that's definitely a hit.
Thank you.
Well done. So before we go on, since I have the opportunity, there's a couple of things I'd like to mention. Number one, there is a tip jar in the chat. If you open the chat box that's along the bottom of your Zoom screen, you'll find several mentions of it now. There's a Venmo and a PayPal, and this will all be split 3 ways at the end of the show. If that doesn't work for you, my friend Janet just mentioned that you can go to my website, janseides.com, spelled exactly like you see it right there. And there's a tip jar on the front page of my website, and you can put her there, partner, too. So if the others are too complicated or just flat don't work, which does happen, that's another way that you can accomplish the same thing. So, Jordy, the time has come to ask, where will you be next, and where can people find you online?
Well, that's great. Thank you for asking. Can you hear me? I'm off mute. Okay, good. So where am I going to be next? So I do a lot of house concerts, and I have a pretty busy April ahead. So if anybody wants to host a house concert in Israel, I just have to do a little bit of planning to get out there. But usually I play.
Ask Jan what it's like. She's been here.
It's
That's
wonderful.
Awesome.
You would totally love it.
It's wonderful. I would love. Let's do that. Let's do a house concert in Tel Aviv or wherever you guys are. But I love playing for people live. I love doing this, but there's nothing like the live setting and being in someone's home, their backyard, their living room, and just meeting all their friends and talking in between the songs. There's just something really special about it. So I'm sorry, that's a very long answer to your question. But I'm going to be in Mississippi, Asheville, North Carolina, and Houston for my next 3 house concerts after this show. Yeah. So.
And you're online where?
And I'm going to put in the chat. I have a website, jordiebizon.com, and I'm going to put in the chat a link that has like all my social media. You can connect with me on Spotify, streaming services like Apple Music, all that. My YouTube. I do music videos as well. Since I've just released this record, there's music videos coming out. So you can connect with me via that link there, and then follow it to follow and subscribe and all that stuff. So thank you.
Cool. If you really want to do that, I've been invited to come in January 23, and I've been trying to figure out how I could make that happen. And if you wanted to go...
Oh, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Maybe
I would
we could
love...
work
I mean, I've always wanted to go to well, we call it the Holy Land, you know. And I just think it would be an amazing trip.
Who invited you in January?
Shlomo asked me to come back and do one of the concerts there, which I can't remember the name of. But he sent me a personal invitation to come and star in his show, which is, it ends in Shalom. I don't remember what the rest of it
Oh,
is.
the Harold Neve Shalom Festival.
Harold,
yes.
that's who it was.
He's having one in January? Oh, he did say January. But I'm having
January
something at
23.
the end of October. I told you.
Yes, you did.
Hopefully.
Well, if I can pull my act together by the end of October, yeah, maybe. And Rachel, where will you be next, and where can people find you online?
You know, I honestly haven't been playing out. I have gotten married, and now I'm helping to care for a son with Duchenne muscular dystrophy, and who was in a terrible accident about 3 years ago. So I've been very busy with that and not really touring. I sold my bus and bought a new bus that's wheelchair accessible. So I've been really busy with family stuff. And when George had his accident, I was just about to record a 3rd album, and everything got kind of put on the back burner, honestly. So, you know, I haven't been out. But like Jordy, I mean, I love house concerts. That was my bread and butter. I would show up in a big 35-foot school bus getting 5 miles to the gallon, and people would be waiting for me. And I loved just the listening room experience, you know, to play my original songwriting and storytelling. There's nothing like it. So that would be, you know, my choice of venue too. But right now I don't have anything on my calendar. I'm just, you know, trying to, you know, roll with the punches here. We got major construction going on, but I'm on Facebook. I'm Rachel Sadaka, and I have a website, rachelsadakamusic.com. And
Great.
it's just been a little out of date, so I was so excited when Jan invited me to be a part of this, even though I'm kind of out of date.
Well, I was blissfully unaware that you were out of date. You seem perfectly up to date to me.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So, yeah, you should go check out what Rachel's got up on her website or her Facebook, either one. So, since we're talking about websites, everybody that's here in this Zoom knows about this. It turned into a book sometime after I was there, as I recall, and it's illustrated by myself and Vanessa Lively, and has all the lyrics and a little backstory on each song on my album Unsung, which is songs from the Bible either that you never got to hear, or they're retold from the actual person's point of view instead of somebody talking about mostly her, but not entirely.
I love this album.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, then you'll be pleased to hear that as much of a surprise as the book was to me, it's turning into a musical. And I'm about halfway through Act 2, and it's just being a whole lot of fun. Like, I have an overarching story that's set in current times, but I'll be using all the songs or most of the songs from Unsung.
That's
Good for
amazing.
you.
Well, I
Yeah.
always wanted to do this, and I always told everybody, yeah, but I want to write the songs, not the book, because they say your first book is autobiographical, and I don't feel any need to write A Long Day's Journey, the musical. So, but I took a class, and he said, well, what's your story? And I said, well, I have this project. And that's how that happened. And like most of the things in my life that turned out to be major decisions, I kind of backed into it by accident. So here we are, and I'm happy. So this is one of the songs from that. He was a pious man. He was a brute. Best any man in a fight. But he had, paid for my favors 'cause he had to. I was Delilah, woman of the night. Something about the man drew me. It wasn't love, but I pulled him to me. He'd be company while I waited for the real thing, but it got complicated. I took him as my lover, afraid to refuse. And a girl gets tired of being alone, but he had enemies who wanted to use me, so I knew I was living in a danger zone. But something about the man drew me. It wasn't love, but I pulled him to me. He'd be company while I waited for the real thing, but it got complicated. No one asked me why I did it, 'cause they all thought they knew. Here's the truth between you and me. I only took the money 'cause it meant that I'd be free. I didn't believe him. 3 times he had lied. The night he told me about cutting his hair, it sounded silly. So imagine my surprise. Now it's too late to decide that I cared. But something about the man drew me. I knew it wasn't love, but I pulled him to me. He'd be company while I waited for the real thing, but it got complicated. Now I've no company and no hope of the real thing.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
So, is that the story of Samson?
Except
Okay.
it isn't the story of Samson, it's
Right.
the story of
Yeah.
Delilah.
It's
Delilah.
the story of Delilah. Okay. Very fascinating. Now, so Samson. So Delilah wasn't Samson's mother. That was Delilah
No.
was Samson's lover, I guess, or wife. Yeah. Okay.
Lover.
No, she
She was a
wasn't his wife.
prostitute.
She was a
She
prostitute.
wasn't anybody's wife.
But who was Samson's mother?
His mother. She didn't have a name.
She didn't have a name. Okay.
Oh, how utterly normal for the Bible.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jan, I really like your idea of making a musical. I think it will be very special.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Well, I can't wait for y'all to see it. We're up to the point where we're about to look for investors, and the person who's facilitating our class, he was one of the songwriters for The Color Purple, and he's got the cred, you know.
Wow.
And so I mean,
Wow.
that was what drew me to this class in the first place, is because the guy's the real deal. And he said, when we were talking about that the other night, he said, I really think that you can find investors for this because there's nothing out there like this.
And to me, this
I
song,
agree.
the song was so modern in its feel. It just feels very modern, but it's an ancient story that we know inside us deep. Maybe we've heard it when we were children or whatever, but wow, it's powerful.
Where women are concerned, not a whole lot has changed.
It's just wow, it's beautiful.
Thank
Well,
you.
all the best with your project. Keep us posted.
Oh, you
That's
betcha.
exciting. That's exciting.
You'll be able to hear me cheering from Houston. If somebody really does invest in the show and we can put it on stage, you'll know. Trust me.
Yeah. I'll be following, and if I can help in any way, you let me know.
Thank you.
That's wonderful.
I definitely will. Thanks.
You were saying that how in your life, many of the things that have happened to you, that many good things that have happened to you, you've kind of backed into. This next song is a similar experience, and it ever since the beginning, there was something kind of magical about it, and the magic just continues. I've got a music. It's on the new record. I've got a music video coming out on it, well, let me tell the story real quick. I'll try to be brief because I don't want to take everybody's time too much. But I was in Miami, in Florida, on a trip, and I was attending an engagement party for a good friend of ours, and we were headed on vacation the next day to Turks and Caicos from Miami, the beautiful island in the Caribbean. I took an Uber ride from where we were staying with my wife, from where we were staying in Fort Lauderdale to the engagement party in Miami, and it was an hour ride, and the Uber driver had an accent, a Caribbean accent, and I thought he might be from the island where I'm going tomorrow, Turks and Caicos. And I said, "Excuse me, sir, but do you happen to be from Turks and Caicos?" And he said, "I'm not from Turks and Caicos, but my heart is from Turks and Caicos." And I was like, "Your heart's from Turks and Caicos?" And he proceeds to tell me this story about how he was on the heart transplant list, and he found out that his heart was the heart of a young man who had died in a motorcycle accident in Turks and Caicos. So he then proceeds to tell me this whole story about how, by a series of coincidences, he ends up meeting the mother of the young man who provided the heart, and they end up becoming friends, and he ends up becoming like part of the family. And so I told him this is an incredible story, and he's like, "Yeah, they've told me that I should write a movie about it, you know?" And I said, I should look for a writer. And I'm like, "Well, I'm a writer, but I'm not a movie writer, but I would love to take a crack at writing the story in a song." And he said, "I would love that." And so he connected me with the woman in Turks and Caicos who was the mother. And when I went on the trip, I met the mother. And she told me, "You know, it's interesting that you should reach out, but I'm not surprised because every year around my son's birthday, he comes back to me in some way. And this year, it's you." Okay? And it just continued like that. And so now I've contacted this heart donation organization in Florida that originally connected them, and they love the video, and so they want to use the video to help promote organ donation. Anyway, sorry for the long story, and it's kind of a long song, but I'm going to play it for you. It's called "Looking for a Heart." Michael's looking for a heart, one that's strong and well. This one keeps him dizzy, breathless in his chair. He used to be a freight train, charging smoke and steam. Lately he's just waiting, trying to believe in a story that might not come true. My mama's looking for a heart, one that left too soon. It was on the Leeward Highway one August afternoon, like vapors from the wreckage and the puddled gasoline, like prayers from the All Saints Church right across the street. I flew skyward, fading to blue. I hear you asking, Where are you now? If love never ends, would you show us somehow? I'm here in the silence, hidden from view, in the space between heartbeats with you. Less than a heartbeat from you. You see, my mom believes in miracles. Put my body on a plane. By the time I reached Memorial, the doctor said too late. But maybe we can save a part of him that someone needs. Mama shed some tears and finally agreed. Then she kissed me and let me go. Gathered with his family, only 19 miles away, Michael felt too weak to walk, but not too tired to pray. From his bed in Jackson Hospital, he saw the clouds were gone. The phone rang and the surgeon told them they had found a heart. Michael smiled as they wheeled him away. I hear you asking, where are you now? If love never ends, would you show us somehow? I'm here in the silence, hidden from view, in the space between heartbeats with you. Less than a heartbeat from you. Michael made a full recovery, found a new reason to live. He would tell others his story and inspire them to give. Mama happened to be there one day. Some say it was by chance. Put two and two together, approached Michael at the end with a shimmering pool in her eyes. I have something to tell you, she whispered soft and low. I think you have my son's heart. I'd like to say hello. She put her head to Michael's chest and listened for a while. Sasha, this is Mommy, I can hear you now. Oh, I hear you asking, where are you now? If love never ends, would you show us somehow? I'm here in the silence, hidden from view, in the space between heartbeats with you. Less than a heartbeat from you. Oh.
God, Jordy.
What a powerful piece.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sasha, this is Mommy.
Yeah.
Tearjerker.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so well done.
Well, it's a beautiful story, and I was very nervous to write it. And 7 months after I met Sasha's mom and I met Michael, the Uber driver, I finally got the guts to start writing the story. And a few days later, for the first time since I had met her, I got a message from her saying, I was just thinking about you and I wanted to let you know that today is the anniversary of Michael's transplant. And I said, well, it's funny you should write because I just started the song. So again, just these types of things have continued to happen. So we don't, we just back into these things, So sorry for the long song, but anyway, I wanted to share that with you guys.
No apology necessary. So Rachel.
Okay, so this song, I wrote this song in the back of my school bus after doing a Far West music conference for the weekend. And I'm endorsed by Luna Guitars, and they sent me all these instruments, and I was supposed to have my guitar player come with me and help me, but his dog got sick, so I did it all myself. And I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis back in 2006, and so it was a lot for me. And I got through the conference and had a big success, and I was staying at Joshua Tree National Park in my bus, ready to go back east. And I thought about, I had been doing music for about 10 years professionally at the time, and I thought, what do I really have to show for it? I've got this old school bus, and I've got 2 albums, and I've got time well spent. I've been to lots of national parks. I play at house concerts where I've got, 20 to 30 people that are all waiting for me to show up, and listen to my music. And so it's been really time well spent. And, my mom gave me some advice. She said, if everybody winds up putting their problems in the middle of a circle, everybody would wind up taking their own back. So I really kind of live by that advice. And people ask her, because I've written songs for my brother and for my daddy Gene, and they said, well, which song's for you? And she says, well, they're all for me. So this one goes out to my mom. It's called Time Well Spent. Mama always told me, you better not cry. Put your troubles in the middle, pass the others on by. When you're sitting at the table, a life's gambling game again. Whatever hand you're holding, girl, better be all in. 'Cause when you're sitting in your rocking chair, wondering where your money went, it's good to know when you're feeling low, it was time well spent. So don't let your field lie fallow like a rusty guitar string. Make your way, don't waste the day, get out and do your thing. Pick guitar wrench on an old car, write a novel or bake some bread. Don't sit upon your idle hands, feeling heavy like lead. 'Cause when you're sitting in your rocking chair, wondering where your money went, it's good to know when you're feeling low, it was time well spent. So just hang on to the good stuff, let the ugliness fade. It's what you carry in your pocket makes you who you are today. Ups and downs, friends that stick around, written in your very soul. Got gifts to give, get up and live before you wake up old. When you're sitting in your rocking chair, wondering where your money went, it's good to know when you're feeling low, it was time well spent. It was time well spent. Hey, yeah. It was time well spent. Thank you.
Yeah, I love the message of that song.
Yeah,
Thank
me too.
you.
Your mom was a wise one. or is a
He
wise woman.
is, still is. Yep.
She is a wise
Lucky.
one. That's great.
Yep. Thank you.
Well, I'll be changing the pace a little bit, but not the subject. So, there's not a whole lot to say about this. I'll just play it. I will not be leaving without a struggle. No one will have to say, don't go gently to that good night. I'll be kicking and screaming and hanging on to the door jams, protesting all the way that I'm not done with this life. I want to see peace. I want to see joy. I want to hear the truth without the noise. I want to see justice with my own eyes. And then I'll be ready and I'll say goodbye. Given everything that's going on, I'm still holding out a hope that I'll get to see world peace before I'm gone. I believe Moses looked like Charlton Heston, and I believe he had a word with God. All I want to know is, when is it my turn? 'Cause I'm thinking miracles can't be all that hard. I want to see peace. I want to see joy. I want to hear the truth without the noise. I want to see justice with my own eyes. And then I'll be ready to say goodbye. I want to see the face of peace. I want to hear truth's voice. I want to know the dream is real. I want to have that choice. I want to see peace. I want to see joy. I want to hear that truth, but hold the noise. I want to see justice with my own eyes. And then I'll be ready and I'll say goodbye. I think that means I'm never going, right? Now say goodbye. Thank you. I have spoken.
I love that line. Moses. I think Moses looks a lot like Charlton Heston.
Well, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. It's amazing. That's great. Well, yes. I don't know that you'll ever be able to leave, for sure. So this is kind of one of the ways that that I try to cope with the same things you're talking about. This is pretty autobiographical. I didn't sleep well last night. Been a lot on my mind. Couldn't stop the movies in my head. The minutes turned to hours. The sun came up again. Alarm went off and I almost fell out of bed. Coffee with you in the morning clears the cobwebs in my brain. Coffee with you in the morning makes me feel like me again. The 1-minute world news, my bare feet on the tile, both send a shiver up my spine. I hear you in the kitchen, make my way downstairs. There's nothing like that smell, it's gonna be alright. Coffee with you brain. Coffee with you in the morning makes me feel like me again. You remind me it's our oldest daughter's birthday. All these faded pictures, she's doing fine in New York City. Coffee with you in the morning feels the cobwebs in my brain. Coffee with you in the morning makes me feel like me again. Coffee with you in the morning, yeah, you make me feel like me again. Thank you.
Lovely. Thank God we've got people like that in our lives, eh?
Yes.
So this song I'm going to play is a song that I wrote. I've been very active in, like I said before, my stepson has Duchenne muscular dystrophy, and it's a 100% fatal condition. It's very serious, one of the most lethal childhood diseases you can get. And we go to a conference. We're pretty involved in like roundtables, clinical trials, things like that. And we went to this conference of Parent Project Muscular Dystrophy one year. And this is a song that I wrote because I wound up playing by the poolside to all these mothers, there's all these families that are affected by this terrible disease. It mainly affects young men, but they have a much longer lifespan these days. And it sort of was a group of people that's all trudging uphill, in this battle. So I wrote this song for them, and I was going to finish recording it, and George's accident happened, but this is the song that I played poolside for them, and it's called Lemons. Good times come and good times go. There's heartache out there, I hope you'll never know. It's all about what you do when life gives you lemons. The hills and the valleys, the ups and downs, they just keep coming the more you get around. It's all about what you do when life gives you lemons. Here's a kazoo solo, 'cause the rope or baby toe the line. It's all about what you do when life gives you lemons. Remember the lessons learned. Heartache, some harder than others, some sorrows earned. It's all about what you do when life gives you lemons. Make lemonade of what we do around here. Serve them with the cold shot Mexican beer. It's all about what we do when life gives you lemons. So come on and sit down, have a shot of Patron. Think you're going crazy, friend, you're not alone. It's all about what you do when life gives you lemons. So do yourself a favor, take my advice. Look at the sunnier side of life. It's all about what you do when life gives you lemons. Yeah, it's all about what you do when life gives you lemons.
Yes, it is.
It always is, yeah.
What a comforting message to all those folks by the poolside.
Yeah.
It was a stellar moment.
Yeah. That's a way that you can, you might not be able to be on the road right now. Maybe that will come later, but that's a way that you can share your gift, with people
Yeah.
in a way that uplifts them,
Totally.
Glad you're doing it.
It strikes me that that's most of the reason we're all doing it, you know?
Yeah, funny thing.
That's also worth remembering in those moments when you inevitably go, is what I'm doing worthwhile? And that does come up fairly frequently.
Yes.
Time well spent.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So this is Women's History Month. I did this morning, and while I was thinking about it, while I was waiting to do it this morning in Israel, I'm really looking forward to the day when it's just every month is Human History Month, and we don't have to make special months for the folks we left out,
Yeah.
And after I said that, somebody who was in the song circle this morning direct messaged me on Zoom and said, in the UK, they have an LGBTQ month, which, okay, so there's 3 of them, people we left behind and shouldn't have, so let's just include everybody's history now. But since this is Women's History Month, that's kind of what I focused on it, and I wrote this song quite a while ago because there was a message I wanted to send to someone, and the message was, it's not a struggle for power, it's a struggle for equality. You played the prince, but also the dragon. A captive princess was the role you saw for me. I didn't really need to be rescued, but I liked your company. I was a queen in my own private tower, but it only had one story before you came. I wasn't looking for a knight in shining armor to come and save me. Take my hand. Let's not be prisoners in some fantasy. We can walk this land, you and me, together, equally. I understand you grew up believing your role was to slay the enemy, but I also have some skill with a sword, so I'll stand by you, and you stand by me, and take my hand. Let's not be prisoners in a fantasy. We can walk this land, you and me, together, equally. Yes, let's be lovers, but let's make another reality. Take my hand. We won't be prisoners in a fantasy. We will walk this land, you and me, together, equally.
Beautiful.
So it appears we have one more round. It doesn't matter if we run a little bit over because nobody's waiting for the stage.
That's right.
So,
I'd be pleased to do one last song for you. Well, thank you, Jan, for having me, inviting me, and it's wonderful to meet Phil and Janet and Ariela and the folks that tuned in on Facebook and YouTube.
oh yes, my daughter and Myra and my cousin Gail are watching on Facebook. So,
Wonderful. Well,
hi
thank
y'all.
you. Hello, Facebook land. So for my last song, I'll do the last song on the record, which is the only co-write on the record, but I do love co-writing a whole lot. And the way that this co-write happened, my friend Jackson Emmer, who's a wonderful songwriter from Colorado, he and I got on a Zoom call much like this one, and we just started off with a conversation. And the conversation led to he and his wife were expecting their first child, a daughter, and he told me this story about how every night he would sing to his daughter and talk to his daughter, and he would just like go up to his wife's tummy and he would have a conversation with her, and he would tell her things, and I got goosebumps when he was telling me the things that he would say to her. And I said, Jackson, that might be our song right there. And he said, you think so? And I was like, yeah, I think so. So we wrote this song. It's called Take Your Time. Hello in there. This is your dad. Your mom and I are sitting on the couch. The mac and cheese was good tonight. I love you and I hope you're doing well. How about a song, one just for you? Something old, something new, one to send you off to sleep, one just for you. Take your time, take your time. Everything is waiting for you out here in the light. Take your time. Holding hands and riding bikes. So many things we know you'll like. An ocean breeze, skipping stones, a happy dog when you get home. So much to feel, so much to know. Just find true love and let it grow. And to your kids, I hope you'll sing songs of your own. Take your time, take your time. Everything is waiting for you out here in the light. Take your time. Everything is waiting for you out here in the light. Take your time. Thank you.
Just lovely, just like everything else you've done today.
Thank you, Jan.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Delighted to have had you here. And you too, Rachel. It's,
Thank you. Thank you for asking me to participate. I
This-
took a little prodding.
So nice to meet you, Rachel.
Nice to meet you.
and the link that I just put in the chat is the link to the Jerusalem Song Circles, which happen every other Sunday. It's noon my time, so it's 10 a.m. yours, Rachel. And I assume it'll still be noon for you, Jordy.
Yeah, it will be.
Okay, so this song, my last song. This is a song that I wrote. I moved into a house after having broken my ankle in 3 places on tour.
Ouch.
And then I followed it up with a terrible MS attack where I was unable to play guitar. I couldn't drive. It took me a long time to recover from that, and which I did, thankfully. But I moved to a house that I could park my school bus at, and we had a big party when I moved there. And because I'm a musician, I have lots of friends, so it turned into a really big party. And this was during Snowmageddon. The whole East Coast of the United States was frozen solid. So I was telling people, don't brag about it too much on Facebook. And we're wearing tank tops, and we had a keg of beer in the backyard, and we're doing like a barbecue. And I said, look, it's suddenly summer. Suddenly it's summertime here. And so I wrote this song called Suddenly Summer. My friends were about to leave on tour, and I was at this new house with this big yard. I had a new dog, and so it was quite a good time, and it's sort of about my hometown. So this is called Suddenly Summer. My friends are coming over, they're bringing hula hoops and beer. The grill master's at his post, let's see what we're working with here. They bring flowers and instruments, costumes and accoutrements, all the parts of a recipe for a good time. It's the 29th of January and it's 60 degrees. Don't tell the folks out east of the Rockies they're in a deep freeze. But here in California, south side of the Gold Coast, my friends and I raise our glasses high, and together we toast. Cause it's suddenly summer, everybody's getting down. Suddenly summer, on the west side of town. Some of us, we got big plans for the coming year. Packing the guitars, hitting the road, getting the hell out of here. But you can find me down on Kellogg Street, playing in the yard with my dog Steve, growing roots in this city by the sea. Cause it's suddenly summer, everybody's getting down. Suddenly summer, on the west side of town. Suddenly summer, everybody's getting high. Suddenly summer, on Ventura's west side. I remember back to last year's county fair. High atop the Ferris wheel, we watched the fireworks from there. High above the ocean, where the train still runs through town. Moaning sweet and low, you can hear that lonesome sound. Cause it's suddenly summer, everybody's getting down. Suddenly summer, on the west side of town. Suddenly summer, everybody's getting high. Suddenly summer, on Ventura's west side.
Yes.
Thank you.
Woo! I want to go to that party.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Well, I debated doing something similar to that for my last song, but I want to do this one instead because it's kind of a cheery little ode to impermanence. When I was in high school, my best friend, who was Harriet Schechter, when I was 15, she and I were working on being boy crazy. We hadn't quite developed it to a high art yet. Consequently, there were a lot of disappointments, and one of the things that we fell in love with was the saying, "This too shall pass," which was that story about the jeweler. The king wanted him to inscribe the ring with something that was always true. And I've been struck by the panorama of disasters that go by on a daily basis, and also by Tibetan artists and their sand mandalas that they spend all day building, and they're beautiful and heart-stopping, and then they're gone on purpose. Imagine. What a metaphor.
What a metaphor.
High in the desert, the night winds blow cold, just like they've always done. The day's hot and still, as if always will be, 'cause there's nothing new 'neath the sun. So there's nothing new 'neath this one. And we smooth out a place, we draw our own faces and paint them in shining colors. And there on the desert, we try to make a stand. It's beautiful sand pictures. Out on the sea, you can feel the world breathe and watch as the waters change. But here on the shore, our great deeds we record, and our victories we proclaim, and pretend that those glories remain. We smooth out a square, worship history there, and paint it in shining colors. And there on the land, it all looks so well planned, but again, it's just sand pictures. 'Cause then the winds rise, the sun sinks so fast, in comes the tide. So much for kings and castles. Though we conquer the sky, build our towers so high, and flaunt those shining colors, we're here on the earth, and we try to be worthy, but in the end, we're just sand pictures. We are beautiful sand pictures, and in the end, we return to sand.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
When did you write that song, Jan? That's beautiful.
I started it months ago, but the pandemic turned out to be really productive for me because it's such a good alternative to thinking about problems.
Yes.
And so I've been going back through the ones that. Were you at the National Folk Alliance the first time they put it online when Margaret Atwood was one of the keynote speakers?
No. I was at the last Folk Alliance I was at was February of 2020.
Okay.
Or January of 2020. Yeah. Right before.
Anais
Mitchell.
Thank you, interviewed her. And in the middle of the interview, she reached down and she pulled open a drawer in her desk, and it was filled with unfinished stories. And I felt so much better.
Yes.
So I started going through some of those unfinished stories of mine, and that was one of them.
Well, I just thought your line about the how we build up we announce and proclaim our achievements, it does seem silly, doesn't it?
It does a little, but
we are a little silly at times.
yeah, we're human, and we're going to be gone too. So
yes.
Anyway, it's been so delightful having you on. It's been so delightful, Rachel, having you here. Thank you so much for agreeing to do this. Thank you, Ariella and Phil and Janet, for being here to witness, and thank you to all the people who are watching on either YouTube or Facebook. I can't begin to tell you how I appreciate all of this. And
It was our pleasure, really. It was a magnificent evening, and the way that you communicated and your songs communicated with one, with the previous song, it was incredible. Thank you so much.
That's the fun of in the round shows, is that you get to connect with everybody's songs.
Yes.
And all three of you are amazing songwriters. So wow.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Ariella is a lovely performer herself. Has a beautiful voice.
No, amateur.
Well,
But I ran the Tel Aviv Folk Club, so if you ever come to Israel, I'll be very happy to host you there.
Oh, that'd be
Great.
wonderful. Thank
well,
you.
Phil runs the Jerusalem Online Song Circle, which is, I guess, the live version of what she was doing in Jerusalem before as my friend Lisa says, the pandemic.
But they also meet live now. It's the Jerusalem Folk Music Evenings, and they meet live every second week.
Which is why the online one is every other week. And I did put the link in the chat so that you'd know where to come on Sunday, March 20th. And I hope you do, because it's really a lot of fun.
Yes.
I will try to make that. That would be really cool.
There are people from all over the world there. So you get to meet people you thought you'd never meet.
Wonderful.
You will not be disappointed.
Thank you.
That's true.
Well said. Anyway, I'm going to stop the recording. She felt compelled to announce that. And I'm